We're always looking for wisdom in these big, complicated books or from some super famous philosopher. But what if I told you that one of the absolute best guides for facing your fears actually comes from a children's song? Seriously, today we're going to break down some surprisingly powerful advice that's been hiding in a song for kids all this time.
Okay, I want you to just think back for a second. Can you remember that feeling, that first time you tried to ride a bike, no training wheels? Or maybe it was the first time you jumped into the deep end of a pool. Remember that? Your heart was probably just hammering in your chest. It was this crazy mix of being totally terrified and super excited all at once, right? Well, that feeling, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
So, the song we're looking at is just brilliant about this. It doesn't just tell kids, hey, don't be scared. Nope. It meets them right where they are. It just says, it can be scary, right? And that right there, that simple act of just acknowledging the fear instead of trying to brush it off, that's the first and maybe the most important step. And this is where the magic really happens. See, the song doesn't just stop at naming the fear. It immediately reframes it. It takes that scary feeling and connects it directly to something good. So that flutter you feel in your stomach, that's not just fear anymore. It's actually the feeling of learning something new. It's what growth feels like. And with that one simple pivot, fear goes from being a big red stop sign to being the starting line of a race. All right, so if fear is the starting line, what actually makes us want to start the race? What's the motivation? Well, that brings us right to our next point, figuring out the real reason to be brave in the first place. This single line, it's the engine behind this whole idea. It's so simple, but it's also a deep truth. Think about it. We don't really grow when we're just chilling in our comfort zone, right? Growth happens right at the edge of what we think we can do. So facing that fear, it's not really about learning to ride the bike. It's about becoming a little bit more than who you were yesterday. And that's our why. And there's another really powerful layer here. The song points out that the real challenge isn't the bike or the water or the dentist chair. No way. The real challenge is what's going on inside our own heads. It teaches us to stop focusing on the thing out there and instead focus on our mindset in here. That belief, that feeling that I can do this, that's what actually makes it possible. It puts you back in the driver's seat. Okay, so we've got our why. But how do you actually pull up that bravery when your knees are knocking? Well, the song gives us a tool for that too. It's a simple but really powerful mantra that helps you build up that self-belief right when you need it most. So the mantra kicks off with this simple phrase. And notice, it's not, I hope I learn, or, well, maybe I'll learn. It's a straight-up statement of fact. I can learn. It's all about believing deep down that you have the ability to pick up a new skill, to adapt, to figure stuff out. And right after that, it moves from belief straight into action. I can try, and this is huge because it takes all the pressure off. The goal isn't to be perfect the first time. The goal is just to try. The win is in taking that first step. And here it is. This is the foundation that holds the whole thing up. I mean, why can you learn? Why can you try? And the answer is right there, because I'm strong and I'm smart. And this isn't about being cocky. It's about having real confidence in yourself. But that last part, and I know it, man, that's the key. It's about owning it. No apologies. So there's the framework, right? Acknowledge the fear, remember why you're doing it, and then use that mantra. So now let's see how this whole thing actually works in practice with some of the examples from the song. And you can see the pattern right here. For every single challenge, the song does the exact same thing. First, it names the specific fear, and then it immediately counters it with a specific I can statement. So, scared of the water is met with I can learn to swim. Scared of the dentist chair? Bam! I can go visit the dentist. It shows you this isn't just some vague, nice idea. It's a practical tool you can use over and over again for anything that scares you. So, let's just boil this all down into 3 simple steps that literally anyone can use. Step 1, acknowledge the fear. Don't fight it, don't ignore it, just name it. Step 2, remember your why. Remember that growth, that awesome feeling of getting better, is waiting for you on the other side of this scary feeling. And finally, step 3, activate that self-belief with the mantra. Seriously, it's a complete toolkit for courage, and it's all packed into one little kid's song. Which brings us to our final section, and honestly, this might be the most important one. How do we take all this simple, powerful wisdom and actually use it in our own lives, like right now? The song leaves us with this one last piece of advice, and it just wraps everything up perfectly. This is basically a direct instruction for life, and it doesn't matter if you're 5 or 95. The fear is going to be there, that's a given, but the growth, that's the goal. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Forget about riding a bike for a second. What's that new thing in your life right now? The one that feels just a little bit scary? Is it a new project at work? A tough conversation you need to have? Maybe a new skill you've been putting off? Whatever it is, the guide is exactly the same. Acknowledge that fear, remember that this is how you're going to grow, and then just tell yourself, I'm strong, I'm smart, and I know it.